We need to think of a new advert for freebets.com.
Get your best betting offers from freebets.com.
Yeah, that'll do.
The following deals are now live.
Hey Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps with Boxing Social in partnership with freebets.com, ready to fight, Forged Irish Stout and Empire Fight Store. And I'm joined now with the one and only Conor Benn. Conor, we were just having a good laugh. Thank you for returning my microphone. I left it at your gym.
I won't do it for anyone else.
My bad. I totally didn't even realize it, but thank you so much for that. Just wrapped up a fun, I call it fun, press conference.
It was fun.
Yeah. I saw you're smirking, you're smiling, you're laughing at his trash talk. He is so confident that he is going to knock you out.
Did you not see the knees trembling?
Yeah, he moves. He's a mover. But
I mean, that was more...
Do you take that as nerves?
Well, no, because when you see their lip quivering as well, it's, when it's shaking and it's just not good. Like, I know you're nervous when you're like not talking properly. It's all nerves, but I mean, it ain't gonna make no difference anyway. Like, I'm not one to look at someone in the eyes and goes, "Oh, his eye twitched," or "Oh, his lip twitched." But you can see the nerves, and I don't think he fully believes what he's saying. It's impossible.
It's also a big stage for him too, whereas you're used to this.
Yeah, and I think that'll play a massive factor come Saturday night as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's talk a bit about the fact that he plans to knock you out. You vowed to knock him out. Do you feel like you have to knock him out to make a statement in order to secure the bigger fights that you are looking forward?
Listen, I just do what I do. I don't put the pressure on myself because I'm always in entertaining fights anyway. Whether they go 10 rounds or whether they go 12 or 6 or 7 or 8 or they're always good fights anyway. Mm-hmm. I'm always accurate. My boxing IQ is always on display. My explosiveness and ferociousness and accuracy is always on form. So I do what I do anyway, but I will be gunning for the knockout.
Mm-hmm. Something that kind of caught me back, and I wish I had recognized that sooner, even when we last spoke, but was when you openly talked about your suicidal thoughts. I'm so sorry that you went through that. That was hard to listen to when you did the interview with Ariel. Where are you now? You're okay now? Does it still, because people don't know when to stop online. Everybody's going to continue to say stuff. Like, where are you with it all?
I wouldn't even say it was online. I didn't. It wasn't really online. It was more how I felt. Yeah. It was more how I felt. Like I couldn't even look at my son. I couldn't look at my family. It's just, it's probably one of the worst things that can happen to an athlete, I think.
Oh my God, you're going to make me cry. No, because I feel that, and I feel like people do not understand when someone's going through something, like when to stop. They don't understand, like, there's a lot that comes with the constant abuse, especially when you're spending so much time and so much money to vindicate yourself.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do, it's I think it's hard for me to accept, it's just nothing I can do, so I think some days it's easier to accept, and then some days it's like I just wish people could see. Mm-hmm. I just wish people could see, I just wish, it's like my prayer is that people just can see what I've had to go through. Just imagine for 1 second I am innocent. If you think I'm guilty, just imagine for 1 second I am, and what I've been through and what my family's been through. Just imagine. Just imagine. That's what I've been through. If I am innocent, that's what I've been through. So that's...
Even just now, like when there was a group, it's like it's a constant reminder, right? Like, how hard is it for you to be able to move on from something that you're constantly being reminded of?
It's all right, because I've been through the worst of it. Now, this is me, believe it or not, on the better side. So I'm still healing from it, because it was really bad. I've never been through anything like that in my life. That you can't tell a 26-year-old how to prepare for something like that. So I'm still healing. You know, a lot of therapy for PTSD, a lot of, you know, trauma work, there's a lot that's gone on. You know, even like looking at myself, and there's a lot I've had to go through, you know, that's made me the way I am now. And
people don't understand also, Conor, that when you're talking about suicidal thoughts, it's not just I've had a bad day. It's so much deeper than that. Like, it takes so much to be able to get, or takes so much to get to a point where you would actually consider leaving your wife behind, your child behind. There's a heaviness that comes with that. Like, and people don't understand that.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right. I was in a. I'm quite a strong man, I'd say. I'm quite like, I don't play the mental health card. I don't play.
Right. Because I've never seen that from you.
I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
I'm not that guy. But I think, but I think for me, it's like, you know, when I look at my son, it's like, this is your dad. Now, for me, that was the killer. Because it's like, you don't deserve this. You know, and there's nothing I could do to change it. You know, so. But yeah, so, time's a healer. And I've got through it. And I'm glad I have. Because, you know, I've got a little daughter on the way.
Yeah.
But there's nothing you can do. You know, and I care about my image, I care about my name, I care about being the best man I could be, I care about being the best fighter, I can be a good role model to my son. So when things are being taken out of your hands and there's nothing you can do, it's like, I'm sorry, son, like, there's nothing I can do. Like, I can't deal with this. I can't cope.
I'm sorry you've had to deal with that.
I'm yet to have an interview where I speak about it and don't cry.
No, it's okay. And you know what? And I appreciate your vulnerability on it. But you have so much resilience. You have so much resilience. And like Tony had said, you have become so much stronger over the last year and a half. And sometimes we don't understand why things happen to us particularly. But, you know, I wouldn't have never seen that until I heard that interview. I literally heard it and my heart broke. And I'm like, wow, like the level of depression you must have been feeling to even have that thought.
I don't have them thoughts. I've never had them thoughts.
Yeah.
I'm not that guy. You know, you go through things in life, no problem. Like, everyone goes through something in life. And I just couldn't deal with this. I couldn't deal with my character being targeted. Listen, I'm a human, I've made mistakes. I go, do you know what, I'm sorry. I've made mistakes. I've made a million mistakes. I made enough to last me a lifetime. I battled demons. Never this. You know, so I'm not saying I'm perfect, but it was just never this. You know, and that was what was really hard for me to accept, is it's now like, I just felt sorry for my son. I just couldn't look at him. Yeah. That for me was the hard part, is I just couldn't look at my son. Yeah, if it was my son was in here, well, he saved me, hit in the same breath, but I just couldn't look at him. I just felt so ashamed. Even though I'd done nothing wrong, you know. So yeah, there will come a time where I'm still healing, as you can tell. Yeah. So there will come a time where this will be a distant memory, but I do understand it plays a big chapter in my book and in my life. And I'm sure people can relate to this. You know, whether you made the mistake or you didn't, everyone's going through something. Everybody's going through something. Mm-hmm. And it's all relevant to the individual. People may go, I don't know how you dealt with that. Mm-hmm. I don't know how you have your whole life's work be questioned. I don't know how you have your... Yeah, in a second. And no one give me the benefit of the doubt. Or people...
Like nowadays, you're guilty until proven innocent, as opposed to you're innocent until proven guilty.
It was just, at least give me the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, of course.
Like, at least just wait 1 second to see how it all plays out. And I think now people are starting to see what's actually what. You know, and I pray that this all does change. All the evidence I have, all the evidence that we've got and presented to the WBC, all the evidence that we've got and presented to the tribunal, that this changes the standard to, how's it strict liability? What about fighters who don't have resources?
You know what? When you said that, that makes so much sense, because you actually do hear about that.
Yeah.
You hear about those who cannot defend themselves because they don't have the money to get a lawyer. To look at how much it's costing you.
I'm upwards $500,000.
insane.
I'm upwards $500,000. So so what about the fighters? And I mean this because I've lived this. Like, I've been through this, and I'm still going through this. You know, so what about the fighters who haven't had the benefit of that? That's it, you know. Or people who haven't had the resources to fight this. People who have families, people who have kids. And I know there's loads of athletes who haven't had the resources, who have just had to take 2-year bans.
Yep.
But why? I'm diligent with everything I take. I'm careful, I'm cautious. But what about them?
Yeah.
You know, so...
That could be, because remember, every test has a testimony, right? That could be exactly what that is, because you kind of know what it feels like to be on the opposite side of the receiving end of that maybe that's something that you could push forward and make some changes.
I would love nothing more. Because I feel like all the money I've spent, all the pain I've gone through, if I can change one thing, that the innocent be innocent. But if you're guilty, lifelong ban. If you're guilty, lifelong ban. If the evidence is maybe even not, science doesn't lie. If they can solve murder cases from 20 years ago, they can see if there's any abnormalities in my body over the past 6 months.
Right.
If they can do that, they can tell if there's any abnormalities. If you're guilty, banned for 4 years, banned for life. There's no room for the sport. I've seen it firsthand with Joe McClellan and my dad. My dad's still healing from it. Families' lives damaged. Michael Watson, families' lives damaged. Nick Black. So I see this. I know this firsthand. I've seen it. Now, if you're guilty, banned for 4 years. If you're innocent, let them be innocent. And that's how I view it. That's how I've lived it.
Well, Conor, thank you for being vulnerable and opening up about that. And
I didn't want to be. I didn't want to be, but you brought it out of me.
I know, and I'm so sorry. I wasn't trying to make you like emotional during fight week, but thank you for that, for sharing. You know, that's a dark time, a heavy time for you, and as you said, you're still healing. So thank you for your time. I won't take up any more of your time. I'm sorry. I know our interviews tend to be a little bit on the longer side, but I wish you all the best on the night. And remember, I told you on fight night, I'm coming for you with all them names.
No problem. I'll be ready.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Pleasure.
All right. Bye, fight fans.
We need to think of a new advert for freebets.com.
Get your best betting offers from freebets.com.
Yeah, that'll do.
The following deals are now live.